Well, in this video, we're going to look at the Radio Shack home automation equipment that was sold. Recently made a find at a local thrift store, and they had this old Radio Shack automation kit. It's pretty cheap. I think it was about $10. But that just got me back to remembering when I had a Tandy 1000 RLX computer, and I remember a software program in there that was called Automatic House, or Home Auto, I believe. And when you opened it up, it would go into this home automation. And so these devices here led me to drag out my old Tandy RLX from the closet, and been kind of upgrading the computer a little bit. But I always remember when I was a kid looking at this home automation and saying, man, that would be really cool. But at the time, this stuff was a little bit too expensive for, you know, somebody in elementary school, obviously. But I thought it'd be really cool. And it's just amazing this stuff never really caught on. And so, having dusted off this old computer, I thought, oh my goodness, my childhood dreams have come true. I can finally hook up this home automation system. I believe I'm going to break this up into two parts. We'll see how the things go. But I guess the first part, I pretty much want to focus on what I really liked was the computer side of it. And maybe the second part, if this is running along, we'll get into the remote control side of it. So the basic thing is you can turn on and off whatever lights you want to hook up to it using this remote control. And you plug a little box here into your plug and the device you want to control. And the remote control, you have to use this device, which has an antenna on it. And this can also control a device. But the remote control sends a signal to the box, and then the box turns off the lights, and this in turn sends the signal across your electric lines. And then, of course, it shuts things on and off through the communication to the electric lines. So this could theoretically turn on and off something that's all the way on the other side of the house, or at least it's connected to your electrical box. And then here's different control modules. You can get these now pretty cheap on eBay, but I kind of found them really cheap at that thrift store. And then here's with the box. It even came with all the original boxes. So here's the appliance switch. As you can see here, a lot of little goodies. And then here's the remote control and controller box. And then the other side of it, which I thought was, oh my gosh, the score of a lifetime, was the actual home automation software and hardware kit. Now nowhere on here does it say Radio Shack, but the X10s, and I believe only this version that looks like this. There's another version that doesn't look like this, that won't work. But you have to have this original one that has a serial port that goes to the computer. There's a serial port that plugs into the back of your Tandy, and then a power port, and inside here there's a battery which runs the clock. Because once you set up the program over here, you download the information to here, and then you can shut your computer off, and this is running the show. And this is fully programmable. It's really cool what it can do. And then you can manually control devices on here, or the computer can do it all for you. It's really cool how it's set up. We'll get into that in a little bit. So I just wanted to kind of first go over this. This X10, I believe there's some Radio Shack versions of this. I believe it even works on a TRS-80, from what I've heard. But there's 3 different softwares in here, Mac, DOS, and Windows. And nowhere on here at all does it mention a desktop, Tandy desktop. But it's already built into your computer. This is literally plug and play. You plug the dang thing in, the software is all ready to go. And you pretty much don't even need to read the instructions in here, because the DeskMate was really good with making things very intuitive. So I was able to pick up on it within a few minutes. just some of the brief things to go over on here is even when you're working with the remote control, they all have settings. And there's house. And now I'm thinking that you can control your neighbor's house. So they added different houses on here. Not exactly sure, but I know you got to be on the same. See, there's A, C, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Here's a lot here. But those same controls are in the back of the remote. So I'm thinking you could also have house, and if you have a second radio box, you could say, you know, bedroom, living room, dining room, and that sort. But maybe that could be it. But here you can use up to, you know, 16 devices on each one of these. So each one of these you have to have programmed to a different number because, you know, box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. And that's how you correspond to remote control. Box 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4-position remote, so you can go on, off, on, off, on. 4 different devices. Great for Halloween pranks, by the way. You can do like a haunted house. Turn stuff on and off. And then the computer control box has up to 8 devices. So, I mean, you can't do a whole lot, but it's still pretty cool. You'd have to like double it up. But in a computer, you're going to actually tell it which device you want to turn on and off. But the coolest part is you can give these names, and this actually comes with a sticker box or a bunch of stickers that you can put labels on things to get really fancy if you wanted. So I'm going to pause right here, get all set up, and show you, take a test drive of the automatic house on the Tandy RLX.